Abandoning the use of the high ESHAP, ICE, these intensive chemotherapy regimens prior to transplant, we want to achieve a PET a complete response if possible, because we've shown and others have shown that that the outcomes are much better if the PET is negative prior to the transplant. So if you can achieve that with stuff that isn't these kind of heavy-duty chemotherapy regimens, I think that'd be very interesting. But I think this is, this is early data, and it has to be confirmed in other trials and further data from this trial. That was the one thing that I think is interesting. And then, of course, with, I think Nivo and Pembro are very exciting because for the first time ever, there's treatment that works that's not chemotherapy. So even brentuximab vedotin is a kind of chemotherapy, a better delivery system, but it's still chemotherapy. So chemotherapy includes, frontline treatment, ICE, ESHAP, transplant is high-dose chemotherapy. So now you have drugs with a high response rate that that are not chemotherapy for the first time ever. So I think there are real opportunities for this. I think the question is going to be how to introduce these drugs early as possible into people that you can possibly identify of being maybe the 10 to 15% of patients that are truly chemotherapy resistant, trying to get them to these drugs as soon as possible. So there are multiple clinical trials in planning stage and in progress to look at this.